What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Robonomics Network. Robonomics Network is insanely undervalued. They've got strong partnerships. I think Robonomics Network is honestly maybe ahead of its time, and that in and of itself, that could be a problem, or it could just mean first mover advantage. So I want to get into this because, guys, if you're looking for a low cap investment, this might be the one for you. So you're going to want to pay attention to this. Before I get into that, I update the spreadsheet. Now, these are the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel. If you had invested $100 into each of them when I released videos and you cashed out at the top of the cycle, you'd have been in profit for 123k. If, however, you were still holding all that crypto, you'd still be in profit for 12.6k, and that's after doing absolutely sod all with those cryptos. Right now, guys, I've got an offer on for 7 days access to my site for just $1. This is copymycrypto.com. It's where I share everything I'm doing, all the coins I'm buying, all the coins I'm selling during the bear cycle. Mostly buying, guys. I don't really sell much during the bear cycle. I want to buy. I want to build my portfolio. I've built up a good portfolio right now. I've added a couple positions to them so far in this bear cycle. I'm looking at adding brand new positions as well to cryptos that I think are going to be massive gainers in the next bull cycle. So if you want to see what they are, come check out the site. Everything on there is everything I've said effectively on YouTube as well. It's all provable. You can go back through my YouTube channel. If the site resonates with you, great, come join me. If it doesn't, keep watching the channel because I appreciate the views. And the $1 offer is a big thank you to everyone that's watching, because a year and a half ago I had 500 subscribers. Now I have 20,000, and that's thanks to you guys. So thank you very much for that. Right, Robonomics Network. Robonomics Network right now is pricing at $4.80. It's got market cap of 4.4 million. Its circulating supply is about a tenth of its overall total supply. So even when the full total supply comes out, its full market cap will only be 43 million. So that's still low cap. Still very damn low cap. Now, Robonomics Network aims to enable direct robot-to-robot and robot-to-human communication by creating a marketplace of robot liability contracts. So it is an open source protocol that's launched on the Ethereum network. They all also work, obviously, with polkadot and polkadot. At its peak in this previous year, it hit highs of $75 or thereabouts, $74.3 thereabouts, which is enormous. So from where it's at right now, it's not that far from, it's about an 18x. It's pretty damn good, just to the previous highs. Now, Robonomics Network, like I say, is about contributing to the economy of robots, and that is the focal point. And this is what I mean by it might well be ahead of its time. So, Robonomics is an open source tech for the Internet of Things market, and it's available for everyone. And XRT itself went through Polkadot and Kusama stages to try and establish excuse me, sorry, try and establish a parachain. So they're planning the next changes in 2022. Excuse me again. So I want to go through what their fundamentals are. And their white paper is really strong. It's quite techy, but it's worth reading through. So Tokenomics in particular for the Robonomics Network, they run through effectively the Dutch auction principles that they did for their token generation event, and they proposed to issue 10 million. They decided on, in the end, 9.2 million or thereabouts. What was it? 9.9 million. And in terms of the goal of the overall system, they point out in the abstract about the effectively what their goals are as well. So full-scale appliance of cyber physical systems in production, logistics, and urban life will allow us to cope with the increasing complexity of supply chains and deliver quality excuse me, quality products to consumers. The main issue here, sorry, this is why I have water next to me. So the main issue here, according to the article authors, is arranging the global collaboration of different CPs, which are the cyber physical systems. So they consider arranging the collaboration of autonomous cyber physical systems that work as a network based on market mechanisms. And obviously that's the principle within Robonomics, is about the contracts that are in place for for effectively robot communication, whether that's robot to robot, human to robot, through the liabilities through the contract liabilities market. Now, in terms of what they're looking or moving forward to do right now, they are the utility token that make it possible to control IoT devices on top of the Ethereum network and the Robonomics parachain. And their latest release was really not that long ago. And again, if you check the commits, the commits have been pretty goddamn regular. They did a new release in June of the Robonomics V2. Right, so they are continuing developing. That is important, and for me, that's always something that I want to keep an eye on. Now, when they talk about what they're looking to do, like I said, their vision is pretty clear. They want to be able to launch Robonomics web services. So, and they have, that's their intent. This is sustainable subscription model for IoT devices to execute zero-weight transactions on the blockchain. On top of that, the architecture that they've got in place is obviously their utility token for the entire network. You can see that you can buy it on both you can get it through the Ethereum and polkadot ecosystem. And in terms of building dApps within Robonomics, they run through the tools that they've got. So you can operate with digital twins of IoT devices. They've got the first tools of the robot economy, software for connecting devices to a decentralized cloud, and an API library for custom IoT applications. And Robonomics contains a complete set of tools for developing IoT applications. They're partnered with Rust. They utilize obviously Python as well and JavaScript. They're partnered with Ethereum, Polkadot, and Era, and Haskell. They're looking to be effectively the architecture for development in an ever-changing world of robotic systems. So for the developer's convenience, Robonomics contains a set of software for connecting IoT devices using the HTTP MQTT protocol. And you can connect a sensor to the Robonomics network. You can try Robonomics IO, which is literally a simple prototyping tool, and you can start building with Era OS. But they support hundreds of robots out of the box. And one thing that you do have to understand is an evolution is coming. I've spoken in depth over the past year about artificial intelligence and the inevitability of that, because it's already intertwined in our lives and people forget that way too much. But robotics is something that's going to come in. Make no mistake about it, manufacturing industries are going to get wrecked by robotics over the course of time. They already have many jobs over the past 2 decades have been lost because of the advancement in robotics. Because all of a sudden, instead of it being a 10-person job to build this product, it's now a robot's job, and you only need one person there to do the job of pressing the buttons for the robot to complete the task. And this has happened, and this is happening. And it doesn't matter what industry you look at, whether it's something as something like hosiery and sewing. You know, the amount of jobs that have gone from there, staggering because of the development in terms of the technology. You know, again, in terms of not construction, but physical construction. You know, not flat pack, but when you're building units, like within a normal supermarket, you see all these units where there's tons of perfume or whatever it is organized on the unit. Those units used to be built by effectively 5 or 6 people across a sort of across literally a chain. And now you don't need as many people. You still need a couple, but a shit ton less because the job can be done by a machine far better. So the core features available for IoT today are using unlimited messaging over a peer-to-peer network, putting data into IPFS and store hashes into a public blockchain, and switch on and off / launch or stop your IoT devices under the control of a decentralized computer. And the heart of your IoT application / your digital twin on the blockchain will be the technical architecture that is provided by the Robonomics parachain. They provide an opportunity to create a model of a digital twin and update its state every 6 seconds. And once you've got a digital twin, this provides the visibility to monitor things and related events. The blockchain enables a single shared version of the truth as well. The life cycles change as well. This is, when I say this is ahead of its time, I believe this. Now, the question is that to its detriment? Because sometimes things that are ahead of their time fail because they're too ahead of their time. I don't think this is necessarily the case. And IoT devices are only going to grow. That's just reality. Internet of Things is going to be, well, it's going to be the pinnacle of smart cities. It's going to be the singular focal point that intertwines all smart cities. Smart cities are an inevitability. And an architecture that can connect and provide digital twins of those IoT devices within smart cities could be valuable. And Robonomics has immense potential. I do believe it can hit its previous high. Can it do more? Maybe. But for me to believe it can do immense things, like your $1,000 per coin or something, I'd want to see Robonomics partnering with states, Dubai, Australia. You know, where you're seeing these regions that are pushing to be, have some of the first smart cities, because this architecture works perfectly in that field. I'd also want to see bigger partnerships with bigger industry titans, because as you see that, this ecosystem grows, and it grows stronger and faster. And I like this. My only query and my only issue is it ahead of its time? I do believe it should still hit its previous high, but it needs to be used. It needs to be used. If it's not used, it's Nothing. With all of crypto, everything in terms of future price points is speculation, but what you can make more inferences about future price points based on if they're being utilized. And if they are being utilized, you can be more confident in terms of the success that they're going to have in the future. Now they're developing. They released literally a month and a half ago a new version. So they are developing, that's positive. But use case is enormous. And if no one's using it, it won't grow. I still think this can grow. I still think people will use this. But maybe it's just a little bit too ahead of its time. It's a question I pose, more than a statement. If you're a Robonomics holder, let me know what you think in the comments. If you're not, let me know what you think in the comments. It'd be interesting to hear. And that's it from me, guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you know when content's coming out. Try and get content out as regularly as I can. And guys, that $1 offer ends tomorrow. This $1 offer is the huge thank you for breaking 20k subscribers. That's all down to you guys. I think hopefully I'm doing something right in terms of content, but obviously I do fuck all with thumbnails, and I don't really try with thumbnails whatsoever, so, or the production value. So hopefully the content is enough that people keep coming back, and that's why it's grown. But a big thank you to you guys. If you want to see the coins I'm buying, you can join for $1. You get 7 days access to the site. The offer ends tomorrow. So if you want to see everything that I'm doing at the moment, come check it out. The link, guys, is in the description. And that's it from me. Take it easy. Bye-bye.